and welcome to my channel. So today I've got on nothing on, a tiny bit of prep on my eyes. We are going today do a purple makeup look. I'm getting inspired for New Year's Eve and New Year's. So I'm gonna wear this crushed velvet number and do a purple eye look. And we're going to talk about some of the astrology transits coming up next year that I'm really excited about. So let's get right in. I'm loving my new Danessa Myrics Lightwork Volume 7 palette. I like this color story here, but I don't think it's going to be purpley enough to match my dress. So I might add a little bit of this one, some of the purpley shades in the Lightwork Volume 4. Is this 4? Yeah, 4. So yeah, so we're gonna just get started with the look and talk about these exciting transits. Priming with some P. Louise eye base, and I'm excited to try this new cushion foundation right here from Danessa Myrics. It's a Japanese makeup artist brand, and I've been trying the blushes and I really like them. They're a bit glossy and glowy and dewy, but I'm looking forward to trying the foundation today and seeing my thoughts on how it works. For 14, I'm just going to build up these two transition shades in my crease. Okay, so we'll take the lightest one first. So next year we have a Jupiter and Venus conjunction, and that is happening in the 11th house, and it is going to be monumental and iconic in my opinion, because also before that, Saturn will also be doing a conjunction with Venus, and that means these planets will be having a benefic meetup. And they are not called the benefics for no reason. They are benefic planets. They're going to be conjunct. And even though that happens once every 3.4 years, this particular one in 2026 is really, really important. And it's got to be probably the transit I'm most excited about for next year in 2026. I've been studying masculine and feminine energy and twin soul energy for a while now. And the intriguing part about this transit and why I think a lot of people should be more aware is because it's a lead up and a build up to energy that has been transforming and evolving for the last many years and eras, really. So Jupiter and Venus conjunct is really significant because these are not only the benefic planets, but in lunar astrology, Jupiter represents the husband in a wife's chart, and Venus represents the wife in a man's chart. So when these two planets are coming together, that's like, oh, like Venus and Jupiter are getting married. You know, this is really significant, and this is really going to be powerful and impactful on so many different levels and layers of our lives that we might not even be consciously aware of, except those who do look into it and who do want to understand and who do want to know. Then we're going to be more aware of it. So it's really, really going to be an important job, but it happening in the 11th house of hopes, dreams, and wish fulfillment is also very significant, because it also means that axis, the 5th and the 11th, are going to be transformed. So it means that our hopes and our wish fulfillment, also with expression, will be transformed by this energy. So we will notice significant changes in inner politics and outer politics as well. Just did like a soft floating cut crease, nothing too sharp. Okay, so yes, because it is going to be affecting all those houses, it's really important, especially because prior to that, we will have the backing of Saturn and Venus conjunct. So this is really significant and really important for all of us. We're going to notice relationships improving. This is like evolution. We're going to be witnessing more evolution next year because of this. Saturn backing Jupiter and Venus, you know? So it's really exciting and very significant. And I do hope that it's the time that people start being more aware of astrology and being more conscious of things that change. And I do think that it's going to help. I think it's going to help relationships as well. Like, you could also notice that simple energy changing, like relationships improving and relationship energy. You might feel like you want to be more in a relationship, or you might feel more like you want to get married. You know, things like that. The energy is shifting more for benefics and more for Jupiter and Venus to get back their benefic energy. And in lunar astrology, Jupiter is the planet of wealth, and Venus is the planet of opulence, like greater wealth. So the universe is gonna have a boost there next year. And it's like really, really exciting. The ways that you can access this energy and get prepared for this energy in advance before is 2026, the first part of the year, when there's also a lot of other shifts and changes. You can really start working on yourself, which is normally a natural thing that we do in the beginning of the year with New Year's resolutions. But you can start clearing a lot of that baggage, relationship energy, and really start clearing that up in yourself, your emotional energy, and start working on regulating your nervous system to be more prepared and more aligned for divine counterpart relationships and intervention with that kind of thing. So you're going to want to work more on yourself and then allow these things to come to you in divine. I'm just going to use this shade right here with a Repher 02 and do a little bit of inner lid work. And so first quarter of the year, since we're going to be heading in that direction of this wonderful benefic energy, really helping us and boosting the universe with this abundant energy, you're going to want to get your nervous system more regulated and able to receive the blessings coming to you. Because just because they're coming to the universe doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be completely aligned with that yet. So you got to do like a lot of inner spiritual work, and that work is happening behind the scenes right now. But you know, we have to do the inner work of knowing that we deserve it. So it's believing more that we deserve it, believing more that we deserve blessings and abundance in our life. And then that way, when the universe does its thing, we're going to be more spiritually aligned. And why it's really significant is like Rahu, the north node of the moon, will be in Aquarius in the 7th house at 9 degrees. And that's also a significant factor that the node of the moon, when they conjunct this day, I'm looking at my computer right now, but when they conjunct this day, Rahu will be in Aquarius in the 7th house, which is also, you know, air energy. And not only is it air energy, but it's in the 7th house ruled by Libra, which is also air. And this is the relationship house and the marriage house. So the north node of the moon, bringing all of that energy through the marriage house, is why I feel that this will be a very special year and a transitionary year. In addition to all of the other transits and everything else happening, this is another reason why it's going to be significant. It will be also, Jupiter and Venus will be in Gemini, which is also air. And this is a very significant aspect as well in that element. So elements, we always look at the elements too. So that's going to be really important. And the moon will also be in the 5th house in Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter. So we're getting this really amazing energy coming up, and I'm just so excited about it. Like, I would say this is probably my most exciting transit is June 1st, June 2nd. And if you notice, the masculine energy of Mars will be in the 9th house, and the 9th house is associated with Sagittarius as well. So it's going to be like a lot of this Jupiter energy and a lot of this Venus energy, and they're going to get married in the spiritual world. And this is exciting. I don't know why people aren't talking about this very much. So I wanted to talk about this with you today. And I really think that this is the year you should really start getting into astrology and understand and know yourself better. So yeah. So let's continue with this look. I'm just doing a deeper shade to kind of pull and tie in the darker purples and the indigo.
I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, 'cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, 'cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, 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 dance. I'm gonna dance, dance, dance like nobody's watching me. I'm gonna
So this is the foundation before concealer. It's very dewy. If you can see, it's very, and I would say it's buildable coverage, but it also seems like, I don't know if it's, I have oily skin, so I don't know if it's going to be a little bit dewy for me, but I'm going to go ahead and do my concealer and set this, and then we'll see how it looks after. I'm going to give you an honest initial feedback opinion of this foundation. I feel like you can see some of the pigmentation shining through. Like, I don't think it's full coverage for me. It's not full coverage enough. You can see some of the redness shining through. However, I do feel like it is sort of skin looking, and I do like the color. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue with the rest of the makeup look. This, however, has been one of my most favorite purchases of 2025. I am so in love with this palette. I've been using it almost every day. It is so wonderful. The neutrals are amazing, and the shimmers are so perfect. So I love that palette so much. That's been, like I said, one of my favorite products of 2025. Also, my Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer has also been one of my favorites of 2025. This Anastasia Brow Pen, love it. Look how tiny and fine I was able to get my lashes. These have been my favorite lip liners, the Huda lip stain liners. Love these. Those are probably my top favorite new products of the entire year. One more, this foundation. I wouldn't say it's my top favorite, but it's been my go-to. I've been using this foundation for the last 6 months religiously, and I love it. It's one of my top favorites of this year. You see that like duochrome look? It's so rich and pretty. Okay, so let's finish this look. I'm just gonna use the same tones underneath that I used prior, underneath my eye. And so yeah, we're going to have an amazing year next year. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really excited about constantly being in a position to express myself. That's where I feel like I'm making improvements, is more in my self-expression. And that is also evident with this transit coming up. You might notice that as well. You might notice your self-expression wanting to come out a little bit more than it did. And these are all things also with the nodes changing, signs from mutable to fixed. That's really, really big deal, right? Because they were there for so long and now they're shifting from Pisces and Virgo to Aquarius and Leo. So that is a big difference and that is very significant. So we will also see a lot of shifts there. And so it's just an exciting year. I know a lot of astrologers have been, talking about how 2027 is going to be a better culmination of 2026 and it will bring more aligned and stable energy. But I really think that 2026 is going to be a year that's going to be, it's going to be transformative in better ways, rather than last year felt like more like intense because we were going through a Kali Sarpa year. Whereas 2026, I think, is going to be a little bit more transformational energy. Won't feel as emotionally jarring on your nervous system. I think it will be a little bit better year to get us in a position where we can handle a lot more things in our life and we can look at our identities more and our self-expression more and the things that we really want to manifest in our life. Like where that moon's going to be on that day is like going to be in the 5th house of children. So children, creativity, the intelligence. We're going to have intelligence upgrades. We're going to have serious intelligence. I'll do another video on that, but we're going to have serious like intelligence upgrades. And, this is where things are going to be shifting and, more people might get pregnant and things like that, because Jupiter also represents children, especially when aspected to the 5th house. So, this could also be a year where, you might notice that more in your friends and families and your social circles. You might notice more pregnancies and births. It's also going to bring a higher level of maturity, I think, to relationships or relationship standards. There's gonna be a higher level, like a higher learning, a higher purpose, type energy to relationships with that conjunction. So that's exciting, especially for people who are, you know, sick of immaturity in relationships and things like that. Like, you know, we'll have an evolutionary boost in that arena, which is cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my lips now. I think I'm going to try this lip arousal, and it's gonna be a little bit more vampy, but let's give it a try. So this is a plumping gloss, and it's very stingy. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, make sure it doesn't drip on you. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh my goodness. And I love how it looks with this cinnamon liner stain. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Let me grab a mirror. Beautiful. So, as we start a new year, I wish you the best success, and I hope that everything goes according to what you want to manifest in your life, and I look forward to seeing you next time.